What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages all around the world, and U.S., China, let's just say world. Even if you're up in the North Pole watching us on that Rabbit Ears television, what's up? How you doing? It's NSFW. It's time. We're back. What's all? My name is Obi1X2. This is September 17th. Wow, it's already halfway through September already. It's awesome. 2018, and this is NSFW, Not Safe for Wrestling podcast. Of course, I already said my name, but the dude right down there, right? I keep forgetting because our cameras are separate on different places. But right down there, lock on _stratus84, my co-host. What's up, my dude? Huh?
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, yeah, I muted that. I forgot. What's up? Did a whole intro, and you're like, I can't hear you.
I'm like,
Yeah. I didn't even see it, dude, either. What's up, man? How you doing?
good, man. You? What's been shaking?
I don't want to say that on podcast.
Always good.
But what's up, guys, girls? How's everybody doing this week? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys watched Hell in a Cell because we're getting to spoil the shit out of everything right now. But before we get to that, shout-outs, gotta give them. Hey, guys, you guys want a shout-out? You let us know. We'll give you one, too. First one we want to give props to and love to, of course, is Rockabetty Vapors. Thanks, guys. Skylar, love you, buddy. Everybody over there, go check them out, guys. And Amish Armada. Now, that's the Amish Milkman, one of our homeboys, and the dude right here, right below, with his Armada. So they kind of join together, and it's just like an Amish. It's an armada of people with black hats and beards.
Basically what it is.
And then, of course, my crew over here at OB Nation. What's up, guys? Thank you very much for watching. Love you guys. And, of course, last but not least, my boys over at Havoc Esports, Prophecy, Shark, Fragged, Nova, all you guys over there. I love you guys to death. Thank you very much for having me and what you guys do. But if you go check them out, go follow them. They're on Twitter, Instagram, Twitter. I think they're on Instagram, possibly. But go check them out. And, of course, they're on Twitch as well, Havoc Esports. Holy crap. Guys, if you guys did not watch, I'm fading out the music really slowly.
Yeah.
It's kind of sexy when I do it that way.
Ooh.
But if you guys did watch Hell in a Cell, part of it made me want to turn it off. I'm not going to lie.
I agree.
I'm part of me wanted to just turn it off and be done with it because it was terrible. Now there were a couple matches that we'll get into here in the future where just yeah, we'll wait for that for later. But first of all, we do want to let you guys know that this is this show this week will be the last one for a few weeks. We have some and both of us, you guys know, Lock On has got the baby that they just had, him and his wife just had, and Mama's getting ready to go back to work, so guess what? He's got to concentrate on that little bundle of joy there. So, and
Yes,
I have so many things on my plate that we're just deciding so that we can actually revamp the show a little bit and actually make it better for you guys, as opposed to just talking about the same old, and I'm going to say it, stale thing every single week. We don't want to be stale. We want to be live. We want to be to the moment, to the topic, and everything that we talk about. So, you guys, this is where you guys come in, that you guys can help us greatly. If you guys want to, post a comment down below. If you guys are watching on YouTube, if you guys are live, say something. We'll love to hear from you. And, of course, if you guys are watching and you forgot to leave a comment or whatever, you can't leave a comment, whatever, tweet us at LockOn_Stratus84 and at Obi1X2. Go, just tweet us and we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Now, here in the future, okay, as we progress and as we reform the show a little bit, we're actually going to be talking about more than WWE, like we promised. It's coming, guys. New Japan Pro Wrestling, as well as Ring of Honor, will be our first episode back. Okay, so once again, follow us on Twitter. If you guys are not following us on Twitter, you better be. Follow us on Facebook, OB Nation here, and you have a Facebook?
Yes, lock_on_stratus84.
Lock on underscore Stratus 84. Make sure you guys follow us on our Facebook groups too, because again, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. The first information that I put out anywhere ever is on my Facebook page, on the OB Nation page. So if you're not a part of that, get a part of it right now, because if you don't, you won't know until it's too late. So hopefully within the near future, like I said, we're going to start with about 2 weeks, guys. And like I said, we're going to be talking throughout this before, not on the show, but offline, and actually getting a whole bunch of topics. We're going to be doing a whole month at a time, and we're going to be setting it up to where you guys can actually look at it. Now, I will be. I don't know if Lock-On's going to be doing it, but as soon as he starts his stream, I'm going to be putting a button down below. You guys can check out, and it'll give you the information of what we're going to be talking about on NSFW that week. And that's for the whole month, and that includes, we're going to be doing stuff, and we'll just say like AJ Styles. We're going to do something on Paige. We'll do something on, Ronda Rousey, which we just did. But any, maybe just the women's in general, or maybe not even WWE at all. Maybe we're going to go talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling and what just happened over there. If you guys don't know, go check it out on YouTube now. I'm not saying shit, because it's great.
You too. I gotta go look at it.
You too.
I know.
And then Ring of Honor and all that other stuff, because we do want to get into these other shows. And when we do get into these other shows, we will have a guest coming some nights, and you guys know him. It's one of the original co-hosts of the show. That's Fatal Blades. So hopefully he's going to be getting into it and getting out of it. And hell, we just might have a 3-host show. We never know. So again, guys, thank you very much for all your patience with everybody. But I do want to let you guys know again, NSFW is where we talk about all things wrestling. We have been going WWE, and here in the near future, Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So if you guys would like to join in, please do so. You guys have seen us where we don't have these windows up, and we got a camera all the way across the top of the screen. Hey, join us, guys. We want other people to come in and throw in their 2 cents worth, and because we're going to let you guys speak your mind, as well as answer any questions. So, but don't be afraid to talk when you come on here. We've had somebody that came on here before and didn't talk at all, hardly. So we want talkers. We want people that want to join in on the conversation. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we got some exciting, well, I don't know about exciting news today.
Yeah, news.
Breaking news with Lock on Stratus. Take it away.
All right, so if anybody did watch Hell in a Cell last night, the first match was Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy for Inside the Cell. Mm-hmm. Now, there was a point in time in the match where we all know Jeff Hardy. We all know how he likes to take risks and, throw his body around.
Big risks.
Big risks. He climbed up the ladder. Looked like he was going to do his Swanton Bomb to Orton on a table, but decided that he was going to climb the cage and hang from the rafter inside the cage. He starts swinging back and forth to gain momentum. Got plenty of time. You see Orton roll off. As soon as Orton rolls off, within, I say, 5 seconds, you see Jeff drop right into the table.
Face first.
Literally, face first. You saw him go bounce and flip over. That's how bad it was. Immediately, the ref goes over, takes a look at him. He sees it like 10 seconds and immediately calls for EMTs, tells him to get the cage up. He needs help out there immediately.
Mm.
Well,
Randy wasn't having no problem with that. He's like, no, wait a minute, homeboy. This is a match. Let me pin him first, and then you can call
people. Let's talk about that for a second. Let me just go through this, and I'll reiterate to... So, as an injury update, they've claimed that it is severe abdominal pain to him.
Mm-hmm. Dude broke his dick.
Yeah, basically. But anyway.
Hence the word broke dick.
So then other news is we have Taker on Raw tonight, which is going to respond to Triple H. Mm-hmm. Potentially setting up for Shawn Michaels to come back out of retirement to have a tag match. Who knows? But they are paying Shawn Michaels a lot of money for a one-time match.
How's he going to come out of retirement? Old man can't even freaking walk anymore.
So they have announced that they are going to pay him a hefty sum to come out of retirement for one more match. But anyway, so going back to Jeff Hardy's injury. Now, as as you saw him, as immediately the ref, throws up the X, calls up for EMTs to come out, tells him to start lifting up the cage. Orton is in the corner, like, to me, it seemed like the whole scenario with Eddie Guerrero, when he had his heart attack in the ring, like no one knew what to do until like JBL went over and said, do your job, count him, so we can end this match. I kind of feel that's what Orton did. He tells him, like, do your job, count the thing, and get it over with. You heard him literally screaming at the ref, do your job, count it quickly. So I don't know if, like, you would classify as the same scenario as what happened to Eddie Guerrero, but to me, it seemed along the lines like that. Like, they all knew he was seriously injured to where, like, the ref didn't know what to do, Orton didn't know what to do, Orton just decided to just end the match. Mm-hmm. So I that's my opinion on it. I don't know what your thought is, Obi, but that's just my thoughts on
it. I honestly think, and I'm happy about everything. Oops.
Ooh.
Man, cameras are going crazy today. Why is my camera off? There we go. As far as how it happened and how it ran out, I mean, it was, of course, you could see that it was scripted. That, unfortunately in that script, Jeff had to take a hard fall. Now, he might have fallen a little harder than he probably should have. Now, I did see when he did land on the table, it was face first, and his waistline hit the edge of the table. Well, if you jumble it up and you're crunched up enough, that's where your bottom of your rib cage can be. If you're as skinny as Jeff, and I mean, he's kind of long torsoed, but I mean, I think he just came down so hard on that table, and when he flopped, because he flopped over and then he rolled back to his belly for a second, like, this hurts, like, holy crap, and then he went back to his back. So I don't know. I did. I kind of liked that the point where, when Orton came over, he's like, whoa, you're not, we're not doing this yet. I want to pin, so he tried to pin him, and Jeff Hardy still kicked out, which was just, wow. I mean, so he's really, and we all know that
he didn't kick out after he fell through the table. He didn't kick out.
Did he not kick? He kicked out after the table, didn't he?
No. He literally laid there, and the ref counted the three.
Maybe that was a different match I was looking at. My bad. But yeah, anyway, it was a whole. I mean, I hope he's okay. His ribs is gonna have something to. He's gonna feel them here.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly, but it's. I don't. It really didn't move much to me because, I mean, it was the first match of the night. I was still, I'm not gonna lie, I was still watching a movie with my wife, finishing that up, and then right around 9:00 is when I actually, 8:30, 9:00 is when I actually came in and started watching it live, because spending some time with the wife, but. From what I could see of it, I didn't have any audio or anything like that because, like I said, we were watching a movie. But it looked bad. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
But I think it was a really good match, despite that, because of the nonstop ass kicking that each of them were taking every.
Oh yeah,
I think that Jeff Hardy. The first thing that Randy Orton did, bam, just beat his ass. And then Jeff Hardy rebutted and came back at him. That's when he did the Swanton off at the audio station, or at the audio part in the arena. And then it just went back and forth. Randy Orton gave him a low blow the first time. Jeff then spread his legs and stepped on his dick. Like, it's a whole... And that was in a match. Like, it was a match for Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy disqualified himself just to get back at him, and then went crazy, and that's when he did the swanton off the big sound box. But it was, I enjoyed it. Trust me, I did.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that Jeff Hardy lost. I mean, I lost a point.
I lost the point.
No, you picked Orton.
Oh no, you're right. I did win that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, look at that. I think I won this pay-per-view.
I think he changed it today, though.
No. Anyway, but I mean, we sort of jumped into that match. Obviously, it was the start of the match, but seriousness, like Obi said, I hope he's okay. I hope it's not as severe as everyone's saying it's severe. We just had Matt Hardy retire this past week, and now something happens to Jeff. Like, worst time to be a Hardy boy at this point in time, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But we digress and we go into the next match. We missed one. New Day kicked off the pre-show.
Again, it was one of those things where I watched the match. I just no audio, nothing like that.
Yeah. All right. So New Day versus Rusev Day for the tag team titles. Now,
good match.
Honestly, I think the match was okay.
It was. It was.
I think the match was very good. I just think that he's got to get away from Aiden English. He really does. New Day ends up winning by pinfall, but Rusev was just on a tear. Like, he was going through and just laying people out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was a whole different Rusev, like, back when he came originally to where he's at now. Like, he went back to being that bruiser, that heavyweight, just to start muscle.
Right.
But then you have Aiden English. Guy's like a toothpick. Like, yeah, he's quick, he's agile, but he got caught up in a moment. He tried doing the accolade. Like, you have a toothpick sitting on you, pulling you back. You can literally get yourself up. Kofi can literally bench press him.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know how small Kofi is. But all in all, all three of us had New Day for that win. So that was a point to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you that match, Obi, to talk about, because I want to hear your thoughts on it
right now.
We can go into it.
Okay, so the next match, I don't know if it was the next match that went on, but the next one we're going to talk about is Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. This is a match that I have been going off like crazy over the last several weeks. That I swear, Becky just needs to beat her head into the ground, or she just needs to do this, or whatever. And it's just constantly going and going. What do we do? Becky goes off and beats the hell out of Charlotte. Then Charlotte comes back and blindsides Becky, or whatever. I don't think Charlotte ever did a heel, any kind of heel stuff.
Yeah, I think this was her first one.
No, I'm talking like to the lead up of the. I mean, she didn't even do a heel attack after the match was done. You know what I mean? Now, the one thing that I want to say, and this is the one thing that I've talked about all the time, guys, even if men, because I've seen men do it last night as well, but flopping moves. And this is just something that I've always said. If you're going to do a stint, okay, if you're going to do a show or a match, and you're trying to, hey, we want to do this, this, and this, it doesn't even look like you frickin' practiced it. No. I'm not gonna lie, but like it looks like they just kind of pieced it together. Like, oh, hey, what do we do? You know what I mean? It's like, are you serious? Like, that needs to be a lot better than what it is, and it just wasn't. So I don't know. It's one of these things where I think, therefore I am. Yeah, that's a good one. But I'm trying to. I can't even get my words out today. There's a couple botched moves. When Becky did a reverse on Charlotte, and she was gonna do like an armbar type thing, where she just missed and Charlotte just kind of pulled away from her. Another thing where Charlotte was on her back, Becky had her arm, and she was trying for the disarmor, but couldn't get her on her belly. So lean back into that armbar. Lean back into it. That's still a submission move. It's the same arm you've been working on for the last 20 minutes. I understand, I'm sorry, and it sounds like I'm picking on Becky a lot. Okay, every week it sounds like I'm picking on her, but I'm sorry, Becky's really the only female that's doing it. I mean, yes, there's a couple that have ring rust, like you saw Brie and the Bryan, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes, where she kind of messed up a little bit. But she's been out of the ring for 3 years. Or a year.
Has it been that long?
Or a year almost.
Wow.
Because Brie retired before Daniel Bryan came back. And Daniel Bryan's been back for almost 7 months. 6 months now. So, you know what I mean? So did he come back at WrestleMania? Or right before it?
Like 2 or 3 weeks beforehand. When he was still managers. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was WrestleMania, so that was April. It's September already.
Wow.
Yeah. But no, it's I don't know. It's one of those things where why does the camera keep messing up? It's one of those things where I'm trying to figure on what's going to happen, girls, guys, whoever is actually doing the move, work on your craft. That's all I can really legitimately say. Work on your craft, because when it comes to it and you're not working on your craft here, we can see that as viewers, as wrestling fans that watch everything.
Yep.
You got some wrestling fans that are we call them the perv wrestling fans, because all they're watching for is if they get a slips, up top or down below. That's all they watch wrestling for. Oh, I want to see it. No, that's not a real fan. That's a pervert. I mean, really, it is. But it's one of those things where that's just gonna have to be good enough. It's one of those things where I'm so trying to make sure that everything is legit on my end. When it comes down to, I want a good show. Me and you've talked about this before. We've had discussions about this before, to where we, sometimes we're not going to, basically, be the same, I guess you could say. I'm trying to see if this is actually going to work when I do a big camera. We're kind of doing it in between so we can.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
I don't know. I'm not gonna fuck with it right now. Fuck it. Anyway, but no, I enjoyed the match. Again, I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy the match, but it was filled with flops.
Mm-hmm. I think it kind of went pretty quick though.
And I enjoyed it. I'm glad Becky Lynch got the title. I'm happy she got the title. Just because it was, yes, finally Lynch has got her shit now.
Yep.
Now there's a rivalry, a very, let's say, hurtful rivalry, with Charlotte and Becky now. So it's kind of, on the flip side, it's brought Becky a lot of heat, which that there in itself basically makes it, even if she didn't win the title, she's got so much heat for this match, and it just makes everything better. I don't know how to say it really, but it makes everything good, as in the point where We don't have to worry about Becky. Oh, is she going to make a great heel? No, she's making an awesome heel. And it's just the things that, and I fully intend for her, and I hope she does. I honestly hope she does. Keeps going around and just beating people up.
That would be fun.
Starting with the 4 horsewomen.
Ooh.
Get Charlotte out of the way. Go pick a fight with Sasha.
That means she would have to come to Raw, dude.
Okay. But I mean, you never know. You never know what could happen. Social media blows everything up. Social media makes 90% of the matches on Raw and SmackDown. Literally. So if they said something, they're like, yeah, we want to see this or that, and then there's enough people that want to see that.
No, I agree.
They kind of did it right when they split up the 4 horsewomen because they weren't trying to do that angle because the UFC women were trying to do that angle for the 4 horsewomen. So they split up. Sasha and Bayley went to Raw, and Charlotte and Becky went to SmackDown. I mean, I hope to God Charlotte does a heel turn and Becky and her become friends again.
Ooh.
I can't see Becky Lynch going back to face. I can't, not right now. Not for at least the next year. But if Charlotte were to come back, everybody starts giving her shit, and let the storyline run out for a little bit, right? You let it run out for a couple months to where, slowly but surely Charlotte's losing every match, right? Because she's been the queen. She's been on top since she's been in WWE. Before she came to the main roster, she was on top. She was on top in NXT. She's on top in WWE. Like, do it. Because then that'll give her, to one point where she's losing matches over and over again. Maybe if it's not a one-on-one match, maybe everybody she wrestles has a partner in their corner that helps them win. Everything, and all of a sudden she has enough and flips out and goes heel. Awesome. I love it.
Okay, anyway, I can see that.
What do you think?
Honestly, I think the match went pretty quick. Didn't seem very long. I'm happy that Lynch won.
Yeah, it's like having sex for the first time after a month, right? Done. Match is done. Done. Sorry, baby. Sorry, fans. It's over already. Anyway, go ahead.
Jesus. I think the interaction at the end of the match said a lot. With Becky sitting there in the ring holding up the title, Charlotte coming over to, congratulate her. Becky just taking the belt, putting it in her face, said, "You're never going to take this from me." And just walks out.
And that's what I was talking about. Most of it was that ending, not even the match itself, but just what she did at the end brought her so much hate. And and if you watch it again, I'm going to go look at it after this show because I want to see it again. But if you look at Charlotte's face, it wasn't I lost my title. It was bitch, you just did that? Like, I'm going to kill you. And it's just like, when Becky's like, screw you, ho. I'm out. Yes, I know I'm using proper language tonight. We could say this show's not safe for work, too.
Okay. So, moving on to...
There was a match that we didn't vote on.
2 of them, actually.
Was that why didn't we vote on Charlotte Flair and Becky?
Because we didn't know about it at the time. That was a last-minute thing.
What's the other one?
The Raw Tag Team Championship.
Oh, because they won them on Raw. Didn't they win them on Raw?
They won them on the week before Raw, and then Ziggler, Ambrose, and Rollins challenged them. The Shield is told to leave the arena. They leave. They come back as their other people. What are you guys doing here? Oh, the Shield? Yeah, they left. And Corbin's like, well, I'm going to have you. He goes, according to this sheriff's officer right here, we're not going anywhere. Behind closed doors, they did a thing, and Rollins got a tag team match with him and Ambrose and Ziggler and McIntyre for the titles. That was Monday night.
Because he had some dirt on Corbin. And
Yeah.
Corbin's like, hey, we need to... Let's
Yeah.
talk.
Let's talk. So that's one we didn't vote on either, which we're going into now.
Mm-hmm.
We had the tag team championships from Raw. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Overall, I think the match was pretty good. I couldn't really complain about that match. I didn't really see many flaws with it. Ziggler and Drew ended up retaining. But I was hoping for Rollins and Ambrose to win, but maybe we're going to see the B team win another championship match from them.
I was kind of hoping that they would win too. But at the same time, Rollins has the Intercontinental Championship, and it kind of would have been a... I don't want to say conflict of interest, because there's many times that people have held a tag team and a singles belt. But I just, with as many superstars as in it right now, I just didn't see them winning, period. Even if we would have voted on them, I would have picked Ziggler and Drew to retain, just because, even though I love the Shield, I love those guys, especially Dean Ambrose. He's just like me. I don't give a fuck, and you can't say shit to me.
Yeah, he's on a rampage lately.
And he looks more and more, like you said a couple weeks ago, it looks like he's more and more, or last week, that he's looking like he's going to turn heel. Mm-hmm. How he turns heel and what he does, does that make... It's going to
be interesting.
Does that make Seth Rollins go back heel too? Or does he go off by himself? I mean, because a full team of the Shield heels would be great right now. How many 3-man tag teams are there coming up with? This is a video. I watched a video this week, right? And they were talking about the championship belts. All of them, and which ones do you think we need? Okay. Our topic that we talk about every single week, the main one, the top topic that was talked about before this video was put out, was the female tag team championships. And having just one.
Oh, yeah.
But on the other end, how are you going to do that with two brands? Don't you need a female tag team championship for Raw and a female tag team championship for SmackDown?
Mm-hmm. Now, so this raises the next question. Do we see the non-brand split after WrestleMania? After the Women's Evolution pay-per-view, do they sit there and really start considering that, we're not going to have a brand split anymore? It's going to be Raw and SmackDown as a whole. You start to see Raw superstars on SmackDown and SmackDown superstars on Raw.
You know what? I think that'll basically... Because there's one more Survivor Series this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a huge Raw versus SmackDown event. It's one of the biggest. Mm-hmm. And it actually is the biggest Raw versus SmackDown event. If that event goes well and goes good, I mean really good, I can see that the brands stay the same. If that event does not go well, and this is from a fan point of view, not, oh yeah, we had a great match, and we had a 5-star match, and that was great, awesome, and everybody does that. But if the fans don't like it, it doesn't matter what kind of matches you have. Right?
Now, okay, like you said, we have Survivor Series coming up. So, we talked about this, I think it was last week or the week before, going into this whole, after WrestleMania type time frame, to where the Raw and SmackDown become one. Like, you have the superstars going between both, all because of something that happens at SummerSlam, Survivor Series. We have an NXT invasion during the Raw versus SmackDown match. Now, go ahead.
I could see that, but I have another point to make, and it has to do with all the 3-man teams.
We see the return of factions.
Yes, and a triple tag team belt.
Ooh.
And that's if they do the no brands. Because then you could sit there, because think about it. Who's the biggest triple three-man team that you can think of right now?
Shield.
New Day, Shield. You have about 10 of them down in NXT. You have Undisputed Era. You got Insanity. You got all these other Insanities on the live main roster now. But still, like, you have all these three-man teams. And guess what? New Day made them just pop. Every three-man team has got some interest now.
Yeah.
Because of what New Day has done. Yes, I am giving it all to New Day. They have done their... Dude, come on. If I was any one of those three, I'd be in heaven. One, Xavier Woods has got his own thing going, up, up, down, down, but WWE backed it. You got Big E, the big man on the force. You got Kofi, the veteran. That's like the perfect team. Really, the only team that beat their ass was the Shield. And that's before the rest of the locker room came out and beat their ass.
Yeah, no, I can see it happening. I don't know.
And that was Survivor Series. You could sit there and start even in the night after Survivor Series, start a 3-man tag tournament. It probably will. It's just like the women's tag team championship. It will never happen. That'd be too many belts. We'd have to take some tag team belts out of the equation. I don't know. I just don't see the brand splitting yet. I don't see the brand splitting coming to one yet. I don't see it as WWE yet.
Okay. It was the thought process I've been having for the past couple of weeks in regards to, Survivor Series and NXT.
Right. But as far as the match with Dolph Ziggler, Drew, Rollins, and Ambrose, I enjoyed the match. Like you said, I didn't really see a lot of things wrong with it. There were a couple missteps, I would say, to where they, the guy had to wait on the other guy running at him. And this is when I say this, guys, it's not that I'm trying to be meticulous and I tweak everything. No, it's not that. If a match is fluid, okay, if they go into moves now, if a superstar is sitting there taunting and putting his hands up and taunting the crowd again, that's part of their job, depending on their face or heel. If he's a face, of course, he's like, getting all up into it, getting the crowd into it. If he's a heel, he's, F you, all the other crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I seen Dolph and Drew, Ziggler and Drew McIntyre keeping the belts just because of that one championship out that Seth Rollins had. Now, do I see Seth Rollins losing that Intercontinental Championship? I do. And the other end, then bringing back a whole, because you got to realize 2 of the 3 have a belt.
Mm-hmm.
Seth with the Intercontinental Championship, Roman Reigns with the Universal Championship, and then what's Dean Ambrose going to do? Is he going to go back for? I mean, the one thing that I would like them to bring back when we're back on the topic of belts is I want them to bring the Hardcore Championship back.
Oh God, yes.
And there you go, Dean. There's your championship.
Oh God, yes.
Okay, but at the same time,
we gotta get out of the PG era.
But hold on there. Let me finish. At the same time, make sure that those hardcore matches are, no tax, no blood, no razor wire. Yes, I know, and that's the razor. The one thing that you can say is razor wire or wire on a bat is the symbol of a hardcore match. Or thumbtacks is a symbol of a hardcore match. But you got to remember, who's the only superstar that used thumbtacks? Mick Foley. That's it. He's gone. And now they're talking about with the little special that they just had on WWE Network with him.
Which actually was really good.
The King of the Hell in the Cell. And it was one of those things where, if you didn't do this, or, if you didn't do this Hell in a Cell wouldn't be, as big as it is. And he goes, I know. That's why I did it. I give my all every single night to these fans. If you don't like it, go suck one. I mean, it was just, he didn't say it like that, guys, but still, it was to the point where you don't like it, watch something else. And nobody said anything.
Yeah. But Yeah, I can see it. I mean, I would love a hardcore belt, but that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other that we can just go an entire show with belts
Your
if we
turn.
really wanted to. So next we have Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. It was a show match. I mean, it wasn't anything really.
It was a match to prove that Ronda Rousey can go for a long period of time. That's all it was for.
Yeah, it.
Now,
Go ahead.
it was, I think Bliss had a solid approach to it. Go after her ribs because you saw her, you know, attacking the ribs a lot with her. Um, but it's like you can't have. We see it with everybody, but with Rousey, it's different. Like she's getting beaten down. She's getting beaten down, and it's out of nowhere. Rousey gets that face like it's over. I'm done. Like and immediately goes for the armbar, and immediately Bliss taps out.
Did you see the armbar?
It wasn't even set.
It wasn't even in. It was just a here. Here you go. There, that's what she did, guys. Right there. That's what she did to her hand, her arm. That's it. She put her fist, and on top of it, Alexa Bliss was rolled on her side. So if you're on your back, right, and this is something that a lot of people don't realize. If you're on your back and somebody puts it in, um, if somebody puts it in to where they go off and then they turn, and then you're still on your back, you actually hyperextend your shoulder, your elbow, and everything, and it can tear. Well, what happens when you turn your body like this? It actually there's no stretching, there's no nothing when you do that. So, it, honestly, yes, she was trying to do a show, talking. Oh, this is what you get. You guys ready? Blah blah blah. And that's what she said. You guys ready for this? She put it in, but then when she put it in, Alexa dropped her fist down to where it was just like this. Literally, that's all it was. It wasn't even, and she just immediately right after she put it in. Yeah, and that's why if you guys watch, and I know you watched that when she put it in and Alexa started tapping, she kind of rolled over on it so the
Mm-hmm.
camera couldn't see it because she
She
knew it
couldn't see
wasn't
it.
right. Like she knew it wasn't right. Like she knew she fucked up the move. Besides that, I don't want to sit there and pick on Ronda Rousey 24/7 because then that she is who she is, and
She's coming into it.
it's gonna take time for her to actually be a good wrestler. Now,
Yeah.
on the other end of that, okay, she's doing well. She's taking her bumps more. She's getting more fluid in the ring. All right, legend, later, buddy. Um, she's getting everything else that she's trying to work on in the ring. She's actually doing it. So on that aspect, kudos to her. Um, yeah,
Again, like I said, it was a match to put Rousey in there to show that she can go for a period of time.
mm-hmm.
That's all it was. It was like you said, a show match. We all knew she wasn't going to lose the title. It would be stupid for her to go win the title, lose the title. Uh, then next match, which I'm kind of upset about, honestly, to tell you the truth. I was hoping for a little bit more with this. Uh, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus the It couple, Miz and Maurice. Now I get it. Maurice just had a baby. She's 4 or 6 months out of having the baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the entire match was Miz and Bryan, and when the tags happened, it was Bryan tagging in Brie. Brie has to get in the ring, and then Maurice has to get in. Maurice gets in, immediately tags the Miz. Miz and Bryan have to get back into it. It was just stupid. Like, if you're not going to wrestle, don't be out there. It was a waste of a match. It was stupid. And
Right.
to give Maurice and The Miz the win by having a distraction / semi roll up against Brie is just stupid.
Yeah. I thought the end of the match. Now I know I I want to make sure I say this properly. Yes, the match was all about Daniel and Miz is gonna do this, Daniel's gonna do this, blah blah blah, and then Maurice and now she talks all her shit and then she runs. Like that's been happening for weeks now. Do I agree that Maurice really can't wrestle anyway? Yes, she can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, you were part of the Divas Revolution or before it. You were a so many time women's champion or Divas championship, not even women's champion, Divas champion, and all this, and you blah 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 blah. So, so really, Nikki Bella's the longest reigning women's champion still. You don't see her still talking about it, do you?
No.
I mean, she will every now and then when she's like, I was the longest reigning, blah, blah, blah. I want my title back. That's the only time she's talked about it. Get off here, man.
Again, it was pointless. I was not happy with the match. Like I said, Miz and Maurice win. This is just going to go on and on and
Daniel
on.
Bryan, and this is going to be like a negative because of the moneymaker. How he does it in the hat. Daniel Bryan and The Miz has a first blood match. Fuck the PG era.
That won't happen. You know it won't happen.
I know, but it's a good idea.
No, I agree. I think it's a fantastic idea. But it won't happen. All right. Next up, we had AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. Now, I didn't really catch much of the match because I was helping with the baby and stuff at this point. I was catching it in and out. But I did see the end of the match, and I think this is going to be settled at Super Showdown, from what I heard last night. They have a rematch. No DQ, anything goes type of match. So all in all, basically Joe had him in a coquina clutch. AJ was basically head down in there, but standing. Ref goes down, but he has his Samoa Joe's got his shoulders down, so they're counting the pin. As he's counting the 2 pin, bringing his hand up for the 3, AJ Styles starts tapping Joe's arm. So Styles taps out, but the ref doesn't see it, calls the pin to AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
So now we have another match set up for Super Showdown in Australia.
No, Samoa Joe, you are not Wendy's daddy. But I'll be.
So again, like I said, I didn't really get to catch much of the match. So if you want to, did you see all of it?
I did. It was a match, but it was more like I'm just going to continue to hit you in the face. AJ Styles, he did a great 450 splash off the rope where Joe was about a little over halfway across the ring, which was a great hit. And it was really far into the match, too. It was like 25 minutes into the match, and he still did that. Good match, I can say. But once Joe got him,
that was it.
He was it, and he just kept rolling through. And 1, 2, and you saw him tap, or he did it right here, and then 3, and that's why Joe said, he's tapping, because everybody's seen it just on a different camera angle. But of course, you know where the ref's going to count. Go ahead, tap away. For as long as the ref doesn't see it, doesn't matter. It doesn't even mean it happened.
Yep. And Styles knew that.
And Joe, get over yourself. You're not God's
Yeah.
gift of wrestling.
But the interaction with him
Should've
and
stayed
Paige
over in Europe.
afterwards,
All right.
where he's yelling in front of Paige's mouth. Paige goes, "You ever do that again? That'll be the worst mistake you ever made." Like, puts Joe in his place, and Joe immediately shuts up. Like,
You ever do that again, I'll make you feel so. It was great. Some of those. I'm probably gonna end up watching it this week sometime while I'm farming or something on WoW. Just because, or depends on if I'm streaming or not. But I'm probably gonna watch it again just because, like, dude, it was a great match. I mean, it was a good match. But the last one that we're gonna talk about. I'm so sad it happened this way. Okay, so Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, the champion. This is for the Universal Championship. It ended in a no contest, guys. First of all, it feels real bad. I didn't like the decision. I honestly feel like their match, it should have happened a little faster to where their general manager, which would have been Kurt Angle, comes out and says, whoa, restart the match. You guys banned from the ringside, no holds barred, whatever. Do it. Or no disqualification. How's that? Or whatever. But at the same time, it didn't happen that way. So what happened, guys, was Ziggler and Drew came down trying to get in the cage. Well, the rest of the Shield homies, they ain't having that shit. So Rollins and Ambrose came down and said, nah, nay, you're not getting into the cage. Well, then all of a sudden, Mr. Lesnar himself attacks everyone. They just go off. He goes off on everybody, kicks everybody's ass outside that ring. And it just became a shit show very quickly. Literally the last 5 minutes of the match, I didn't even watch. I didn't even care. I didn't honestly know it was a no contest until today. Literally, I'm sorry, I didn't. It was one of those things where I've done it before and I'll do it again. Like, I don't care. I don't want to see that match. Yes, do I want to see a Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns in a legit match? Hell yes. But we're never going to get it, guys. Ever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it like this, but we're never going to get it.
No, we're not.
The reason being is because you have Braun Strowman in it. And look at, remember what I was talking about, the three-person team, right? Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. Could be something that's happening.
I'm just so over Lesnar. I'm over it. I'm over Reigns. Like, you basically screwed Strowman.
I see Strowman going after Brock Lesnar now.
Well, I forgot to put it on there, and it was news that was announced earlier today. Guess what we're having at the Super Showdown? A triple threat match. Strowman, Lesnar, and Reigns.
Yay. Sorry, I'm just not. Okay. So that means the Shield, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins are going to be at ringside, and Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler is going to be at ringside.
Yep. Most likely.
Because nobody gives a flying rat's ass about Brock Lesnar. Nobody wants him in the WWE anyway. He's a piece of trash. Until you can get your shit straight, go somewhere else and somebody else over.
But I don't want to say it, but I have to say it. You know what's going to happen. You know Lesnar's going to get the title. It's going to happen again.
I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm calling it right now. If Brock Lesnar gets the title back, the outrage Okay, the outrage of the WWE universe is going to be so strong that Vince is going to have to do something to get it off of him. Literally, I'm telling you this. I mean, I'm not pulling any like I'm not BS or nothing. Like if that happens, it's over. Like people are just going to say, well, screw the WWE. Ring of Honor's got and I'll tell you right now, Ring of Honor got a TV contract. So like Ring of Honor's coming to TV, cable television.
Ooh.
So it's one of those things where, hey, you want to fuck up? Yes, this is a multi-trillion-dollar, I think it's trillion by now, dollar company, with the WWE. But if you're just going to keep giving things just because Brock Lesnar, you say Brock Lesnar, oh, he's a two-sport athlete, we're still going to do it. He's going to go win the title over there first. And then come back and win the WWE title to have that two-sport champion. Like, but I just... What's the big deal with Brock Lesnar? Really, honestly. Oh, he's a wrestler. Oh, he lives in Minnesota. He went to Minnesota University. Oh, he's a college wrestler. Oh, he's a champion. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. He's UFC. Oh, cool. Who gives a fuck? Nobody cares.
Yeah,
And it's not just anybody. It's not anybody in the world saying anything bad about him. It does not matter a bit if it's Kurt Angle or if it's Paul Heyman or if it's Brock Lesnar himself. As soon as people hear Brock Lesnar, yes, you have the people that are like, and then want to say Paul Heyman's lines with Paul as he's saying them. But there are more and more people that hate Brock Lesnar. That hate him. Why? You have the most noted title or the biggest title in the WWE and you don't show up for 2 months? I want that contract. I will take it. Where do I sign? A lucrative, I mean, when we say lucrative, guys, we don't know how much exactly, but Homeboy got some money for it. Some good money. You get a lucrative contract where you don't have to show up at all? That's like getting a job paying $100 an hour, and we're going to definitely pay you for 8 hours a day, and you don't even have to come to work.
Basically what it is. It's like we've talked about it before. Go ahead.
I've said it before, and I'm gonna say again. Bullshit. 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 That's it. That's it. That's totally it. It's stupid. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Go ahead.
We've talked about it before, and the most prestigious title and sports entertainment, as the man calls it, is on a waist of somebody who doesn't show up. That will walk into UFC's ring, challenge their champion, and come back, lose it, immediately invoke his rematch clause, gets told no. So what's he do? He just shows up at the first title defense. And then he sits there and manhandles everybody to force a triple threat match. Lesnar just needs to go away. And I know that's going to, like you said, people are going to be like, oh, yay, Lesnar. And there's other people that are going to be like, oh, boo, Lesnar. And I know I'll catch flack for saying it, but he just needs to go away and never come back. Go play in the octagon, go win a title, get your ass beat again, and lose it there and cry, and then try and come back to WWE and get told no.
Okay, so everybody that just heard that, think of it as Obi-Wan X2 just said that shit, because I'll say it again, without him saying it first. Brock Lesnar needs to be gone. Okay? And I'm not going to doubt his training methods. I'm not going to doubt anything. But he's a spoiled brat that's lazy as fuck that doesn't want to do anything. And still get paid for it. Hey, why do you think he got his ass beat after one title defense in the UFC? Lack of training. Sitting on your ass, not doing shit. Why doesn't that the WWE not like Brock Lesnar? Lack of publicity. Doesn't do shit. Ring a bell? Kind of mix it in with the actual, this is what's going on right now because he's a piece of trash. Don't get on him. Get on me. I accept it. And I wish you would. At Obi1X2 on Twitter. Hit me up. I bet you won't. Motherfuckers.
But
as I smile after I say that, yeah.
But
mother truckers, you want to play? Let's play. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's a show for us tonight. I will say mine first so Lock On can stop laughing. You guys can catch me anywhere you guys see Obi1X2. That's Twitter. That's Twitch right here on Twitch. That's God. Instagram. And, of course, guys, Facebook. Oh, there's two things I want you guys to go. I don't care about you follow me on Twitter. I don't care if you follow me on Twitch. I don't care if you follow me on Instagram. I want you guys to follow me on YouTube. Obi1X2, go check it out. We got videos coming out of the raids. I have a group together to where we're actually going to be doing all the mythic runs so you guys can see those and what they are. And the other thing, Facebook, guys. If you guys have Facebook, go over to groups. Look for a group, Obi Nation, Obination. Go check it out, guys. Give me a follow, guys. I would really appreciate it. Again, if all the information that I put out every single time I put out information, it goes there first. So if you want to be the first one to be notified about what's going on with me or the nation, go there and follow. Lock?
You guys can follow me. You guys can follow me on my Facebook at Lock_Stratus84, Twitter Lock_Stratus84, Instagram Lock_Stratus84, and when I get back to streaming, Lock_Stratus84.
You heard it, guys. I gotta do it. Tell your mom's a Jew. Hey, fuck you, Kenny. All right, guys. I love you guys. He loves you too. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Respect my daughter. We just want to thank you guys for watching tonight. This has been NSFW, that's Not Safe for Wrestling Podcast. And we want to thank you very much. So Obi1X2 and Lock_Stratus84. Thank you very much and see you guys in a couple weeks, bitches!